Welcome to the Metaphysical Journey. My name is Michael, and these are my thoughts for Sunday, June the 2nd. For this message, I'm drawing from the inspiration of a song. It's a Spanish song written by one of Mexico's most well-known artists, singers, songwriters, Juan Gabriel. And the name of the song is Costumbre, or Custom. It was made famous by a singer from Spain, a lady named Rocío Dúrcal. She's since passed, but this song talks about two people that are in this repeating pattern or cycle. And part of it says that the one person says, I know that you don't love me, but I know that you're going to keep coming back because they're lonely, they want them, and this singer wants the same thing too, and they're caught in this cycle that you say you love me, yet you have all kinds of rage against me, and I feel the same way as well, but we just keep doing this over and over and over. And the main part of the song where Costumbre comes in is they say that the custom of our being together is stronger than the love that we have. So it's about not wanting to be alone and just keep returning to the same thing over and over, because it's just customary that you're going to be there and I'm going to be here. And we'll repeat this pattern again and again and again. How many times in our life do we do the same thing, not just with people, but with other things, with habits or situations or something? It's just this repeating cycle. 2023 was a hard year for many people. It just wasn't the best. And 2023, that in numerology, that was a 7-year. And that was a year of, the end of a 9-year cycle, letting things go. How many times have you heard you have to let go what no longer serves you? We've all heard that. I've even said that in readings many times because it comes up in the cards. It shows up. It's time to walk away, from something. And so we do that and we go into shadow work. And it was a year as well where things that had been hidden for so long suddenly were coming to the surface and letting you know you need to deal with this. And so many of you did. And you moved away from it. You removed it from your life because it no longer served you. Other relationships or conditions you were in just kind of evaporated on their own because it was time for them to go. So then you move into 2024. It's an 8-year in numerology, and that's great. It's, success and abundance and new things coming in. And it makes sense because in 2023, you got rid of a lot of stuff. And so now you have room for new stuff to come in. And that's where there's a problem. I'm going to talk about me personally on this one. I go into 2024 with a lot of excitement, like this is going to be a great year. And for the Aquarius sign, 2024 is supposed to be a great year. It's like our year. And so far it's playing out. It's been wonderful. However, a very close friendship that I had that meant everything to me just evaporated without warning and without closure. So from that, I learn a big lesson. It's like, okay, I'm going to be moving forward on my own and I have to learn to rely on myself. Now, how many of you find yourself in the same situation that all this stuff is stripped away from you and you're standing on your own? The things that were supporting you or propping you up, or the things that you felt attached to, the things that you drew energy from, all of those were removed and you are on your own. And so now we find ourselves in the beginning of June, and many people are feeling stalled, stuck. They have no idea what's going to be happening, what they're supposed to be doing. It's like they're in a freeze frame. Like, well, what now? So many people that I know are in hermit mode and have been for some time. A lot of people in the metaphysical community are talking about these things, and they're like, the things that we did before that brought so much meaning, it doesn't have that meaning anymore. We still like doing the things, but it's not the same. Something's different. It's not life as usual. Now, humans are creatures of habit. We also usually don't like change. So when things are stripped away from us or removed or we walk away from them, that leaves a lot of free space. And unless we have something to fill that with, we're in a void. And that's where I feel right now, in a void. My life is going great. I love my job. I like all the people that I know. There's no one trying to kill me or anything, so that's good, right? So on the surface, everything's perfect. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm not depressed. Yet I feel unhappy, I feel unhealthy, and I feel depressed, even though I'm not. So like, what is going on? I'm in a void that I created by removing all these things or allowing them to remove from me. Things that were happening in the subconscious before that were operating me became conscious. And it's like, I have to change that. And I have worked very hard to do that. And now I'm just in this empty space. It's a hard place to be. Because after a while, you start to think if you are alone in hermit mode, it's because no one wants to be with you. Or if certain relationships have just gone away because it was the right thing to do, you can start to think that maybe you're a loser. If the things that used to give you passion no longer do, you can begin to think that maybe you missed the mark. Maybe it's not what you were meant to be doing. So everything that you feel can easily be turned around into self-judgment, condemnation, a variety of things. And an end result can be that it really has a huge impact on your self-esteem, your self-worth, your purpose, and more importantly, your determination and drive to move forward. Thus, you feel stalled in this void. If all these things were removed from us and we were led down this path to progress forward, and in order to do that, we had to let a lot of stuff go. And we're now in this empty space. We're here for a reason. We weren't told to jump off that spiritual cliff for no reason whatsoever. Yes, it feels like a free fall into some abyss that you can't see. You have no idea what you're falling into, but you know that you jumped in faith because you felt it was the right thing to do, and it was. But what are you falling into? For many people, that answer hasn't arrived yet. Many of the things that we walked away from and that we let go were attachments, relationships, patterns and cycles that have been in place for many, many years. As I said, we're creatures of habit and we don't like change. So those things have always been there. We never really thought that much about them, but they were there. And so now they're not. As the song says, the custom is stronger than the love. So it's easy to look back and say, well, I don't like how I'm feeling right now, but at least I know what I used to have. And there's this tendency, this desire to go backwards to at least to have something that you knew what it was, even if it wasn't the best. At least it was something you could identify and you could see, you could feel. And that beats what you might be feeling currently in the abyss, where there is like nothing. It's a holding cell in a way. That's something to be aware of, to know that it's very easy to go backwards to the comfort of what is customary for us, the familiar. I remember years ago, my father told me, I was talking with him about a situation that I was in, and he said, well, son, when you don't know what to do, just stand. And I thought, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. What do you mean, just stand? And he said, you just stand and you wait. I'm like, well, what am I waiting for? And he said, you wait for the answer to arrive. I'm like, well, where is it going to come from? And he said, it'll come from God. Now, my father was a minister, so he referenced things in that way. For you, the answer could come from a variety of sources. Wherever you get your inspiration is where it will come from. So what he was saying is that instead of just making rash decisions and just, doing something to keep moving forward, which is what I am usually inclined to do, divine timing and Michael timing really don't sync up, I also remember as a child learning, never pray for patience, never ask for that. Doesn't go well. So I never have. And I'm not a very patient person. But my father was saying, just stay where you are. Don't make any movement at all. And when the time is right for you to move, the answer will come and you'll know what to do. And he was right. That happened time and time again in my life. And it's something that now I definitely try to follow after I've already done all of my things and they didn't work. But full disclosure there. So where are you today? How are you feeling with where you currently stand in your journey? Do you feel stalled? Do you feel that you're in the abyss, in some void? It's normal, and you're not alone. We are each here for a reason, and we've been brought to this point in time. We've moved away from all the things that didn't serve us, and we're still continuing to detach from a lot of those things and remove them from our lives. It's a major downsizing that's taking place because life is different now. And there are many things that part of just standing, and while you're waiting, you're also realizing whatever this is you're facing, it is what it is. And that may be one of the biggest indicators of the 5D consciousness, is being able to say, it is what it is. Just accept it. And then when you get the right information, the intuition, the inspiration, you'll know what to do. So that's my message for this Sunday. My thoughts is that if you are in the abyss that's been created for you to separate you from everything, and now you're in this holding pattern, just stand and believe that the answer will come and you'll know what to do next. You're not here by accident. You are here by divine design. And this is going to lead you to the path, further along that path for your destiny, however that plays out for you. Each of us is different. I hope that this brought something for you to think about today. If it resonated at all, please consider subscribing to my channel and helping me grow my YouTube following. Thank you for following the metaphysical journey, and have a beautiful Sunday. Bye.